And then, of course, we wouldn't be here if it weren't for our incredible guest, Howard Wang. Give it up. Woohoo!
Hi.
Thank you so much for being here, Howard. We are so excited to chat with you.
Yeah, of course. Excited to be here.
Yay! Awesome. All right, so we are going to go ahead and get started. So, now, what was your aha moment for wanting to become a voice actor? Did you have a moment where you said,
Oh.
"Yes, this is what I want to do for a living"?
Jeez. I guess it might have been when I was a kid and I realized that there are actually people doing the voices of the characters in like games and cartoons that I loved. So I was like, "Oh, people do this for a job. This is like a real thing. It's not just the characters don't just appear and they're voiced." Um I guess I don't know. It's hard to pick out an individual like aha moment just because like I do so many different things and like voiceover just happens to be one of them. Also
Hmm.
on top of like game development and stuff. So I don't know. It's hard to pick out a specific moment.
Yeah, that's fair. So you're kind of all encompassing in the industry anyway, like you said, with game development, and you do like scripted stuff too, right?
Yeah, I do. I've done script adaptation. I also direct, and I also do audio engineering, and yeah, it's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it's a lot of cool stuff. Is there something that like you prefer over the other, or do you kind of just love them all differently?
Each comes with its own benefits and troubles and
Hmm.
challenges. But I mean, voiceover is definitely the most creative and enjoyable to do in the moment. I guess it has the highest highs, I think, out of all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'd say voiceover is primarily what I want to do right now. That might change though. Who knows?
Right. The chat says, "Tell us what you don't do." No, Howard does all of it, guys.
I like to not be bad at things. So if there's something I'm bad at, I will actively try not to be bad at it.
What a valid point. I am
Hmm.
right there with you. Yeah. Yes, exactly. So now, for those of you who don't know, I have actually spoken to Howard a few times. And the very first time that we spoke back in 2022, I asked you this question. But
Hmm.
now you have done so many more roles and taken on so many different characters.
Hmm.
Do you find yourself relating to any of the newer characters that you voice?
Any of the newer characters? I'm trying to think of what's come out that's newer. Um, since 2022, God, I can't even keep track of everything that's come out or hasn't come out. Because at the time I'd already done Shelian from Heaven Official's Blessing.
Hmm.
But I think since then season 2 has happened,
Right.
and I think having done season 2, I think I can definitely relate to Shelian even more than I did before. Trying to think. Other stuff that's come out is just like they're really fun to do, but I don't know how deeply I relate to them. Like I've done like Grand Blue Fantasy since then. That's a really fun one to do. Honkai Star Rail is a really fun one to do, but like I don't know how deeply I relate to all of them. But I think my answer will
Hmm.
just be I'll count season 2 of Seven Officials Blessing as a new thing. So it's Xielian.
Hmm. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, yeah, because there's so much like more emotion. Not to say like season
Mhm.
one was obviously filled with a lot of emotion, but season two
Yeah.
is like there's a lot going on.
Yeah, there is a yeah, more intensity of certain emotions,
Hmm.
yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So we are clearly all major Skate the Infinity people, or we wouldn't be here in this amazing
Yeah.
server with all these wonderful people. How do you feel? How do you feel about how much love Skate the Infinity's gotten? And it only has one season. It's an original anime, and the
Yeah.
fandom has just like exploded. How do you feel?
I mean, I'm always so like surprised and just overjoyed every time I see people who are still so passionate about skate. Because yeah, like you said, it's like it was a few years ago at this point, and yeah, only one season, no other media. Well, I guess there was technically the manga that followed the anime, um,
Hmm.
but yeah, no, seeing that it's had this much lasting power, because we all know a bunch of seasonal anime that gets hyped for the season it's airing, and then once it's done, no one really cares about it. But no,
Right.
seeing the amount of passion people have for Skate and just people who are still uh, present when the little trickle bits of news that we get come out, like the OVA finally got an art for it, and
Yes.
everyone's still here. And yeah, it's great to see. I'm super grateful to this whole community.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, what the OVA announcement, because we got the news, what was it? Like almost 2 years ago now, like a year and a half when they announced that there was
Yeah.
going to be a season two,
Uh,
right?
yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah. Yeah.
because it
And
was no
so,
longer.
yeah. And so we were waiting and waiting, and now we have a little bit of content in, of what we're getting in the OVA.
Yeah.
We're getting a little bit of backstory of Matcha Blossom, a little bit of DK high school Joe and Cherry.
So
Um,
excited.
it's gonna be fun. What are you hoping to see in the OVA now that we kind of have an idea of what we're gonna get?
Ooh. I mean, I love the set of like three, like Cherry, Joe, and Adam being as tight as they were. I would love to see more of that connection before, like we saw like the falling out like in the show itself.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd love to see more of like not just Joe and Cherry, but like more of like what their relationship with Adam is too. I think that would be really fun
Mm-hmm.
to see. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be cool to kind of see what led up to that falling out, right? Like
Hmm.
to see the good times that they had and not
Yeah.
just, yeah, exactly. And then, was it Chase and Jovi, correct me if I'm wrong, but was there going to be like multiple stories in the OVA? Is that what I heard?
Oh, is it?
Pieces like they did 4 parts. That's what I'm picking up on from like
Yeah.
posts.
Oh, it's in multiple
Yes.
parts. I only saw
I-
the key art. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all we got though. Was just that one
Yeah,
piece of
the
key
full
art. That's
one,
all we
full
got.
part.
Yeah,
Hopefully
but
something soon.
yeah, so which is, we'll take any little crumb of information about this show that we can get, right? Like
Mm.
anything. So if there are going to be 4 parts, what kind of, little something do you think? Do you think we'll get more of like side characters? Like Howard, what are you kind of hoping to see if it is a
I
4-part story?
I would love to see just like just so if we have like something like that dives into like backstories with like Cherry and Joe and stuff, I would love to just see like daily life. Like nothing really particularly that crazy happening. Maybe it's just Reki and Longa just hanging out and just working at the store and just like just just them spending time together. I think would be really nice
Mm-hmm.
to see because so the stakes don't always need to be so high. There doesn't need to be some crazy events happening all the time. I think it would just getting a glimpse into just how they live would be would be nice. Yeah.
Yes, yeah, it becomes like a slice of life anime, like a little something.
Mm-hmm.
First
Yeah, that would
fandom
be
that I'm in that really likes slice of life. Like we'll take slice of life, and some animes are like,
yes.
no, we want
Yeah.
only plot. And we're like, no, we'll take the beach episode.
Give us
Yeah.
give us the filler.
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh,
we'll take it because they're
one other thing. Sketchy adventure.
yes.
Just like there's no main characters there. It just Sketchy like gets out and just roaming the town, and there's like no dialogue.
Yes.
It's just fox sounds.
That
Just
would be
run.
so
Just
cute.
yeah. That would be cute.
Oh, that would be amazing. Didn't they have an episode of The Way of the House Husband where it was just the cat?
I think.
Or am I
Oh, really?
misremembering?
Yeah. No, there's a couple at the end. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
where it's like
amazing.
it's like a few minutes of just the cat. So it's been done before. We could see it again. Like that would
Yeah.
be amazing. Like
Calling
Sketchy
it our own
purposely
person.
he's like purposely ripping up like their dope sketch uniform t-shirts. Like
Yeah.
Mhm.
Someone's lost a shoe.
right. It's in Sketchy's little like doghouse thing.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh,
Sketch is
that would
just
be
constantly mad at everyone.
Yeah, it would be absolutely incredible. They could do it. We'll have to email. Who do we talk to about this? Because now I want it.
Studio
Some
Bones. I
people.
don't know.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you hoping for in season 2? Because it's
Um,
so open ended.
I would love to see the scope of the, I guess, S world brought in, because like there are so many other skaters like in probably in Japan, in the world. And I would love to see, instead of like this inner, because like the first season kind of just set up like the whole, I guess, main crew, and like they were facing off against each other. But what if, now that they're all set up and now they all like each other, what would it be like if they went against other people that, were not in that first season? And as much as I would love to be like, yeah, I want it to be about Longa again, like I don't think season 2 is going to be all about Longa again like it was for season 1. Like that was a great time that we had. But I think I'd love to see just the world expand, and like maybe they go to a different country. I've said this a lot, but like I hope they go to Canada, and this is like a
Yes.
pipe dream, but like I hope they have a fun episode where instead of like, like episode 6, the beach episode, they do the opposite, where they go to like the mountain and they go snowboarding and or something.
Yes.
And that'd be
Yes.
really neat.
That would be really fun. I just want to see Reki be really bad at snowboarding, like just like kind of not like not exactly reverse like Longa, because Longa caught on real quick, but I want Reki to like have no clue what he's doing like the entire time. Like I feel like that would be.
I kind of want Reki to be like great at snowboarding, but then like do the opposite, like kind of do something similar but opposite, where instead of like changing the, like how Longa changed the trucks on his skateboard to be more like snowboarding, they put like little like extra little like sled wheels under the snowboard, so like Reki can do snowboarding like skateboarding or something stupid. Like,
Oh my
like
gosh.
that.
Something epically stupid.
They would. Reki just shows up on the slope with the wheels, and Longa's like, "That's not how this works." Like,
Yeah.
See like a Reki where he's standing up and he just falls over, just a flop.
Yeah.
oh my gosh.
He's on a snowboard trying to do pizza, French fries. No, no, sweetie.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Yeah, what do you mean these are snow wheels? Yeah, I don't think like I mean like I guess they could have like little chains, right? Like he puts wheels on them, like they could have little chains so
Yeah.
he can go down. If he made the spiky ones for the rain, then he can make anything, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So shifting a little bit, when you are approaching Longa, for example, a character that has no source material, is how are you doing? Let's roll it back here. Brain is working. Let's try this again. What is
No
it
worries.
like to approach a character like Longa who has zero source material, versus like Shilien who has 47 novels available? How do you? What's the difference between approaching those characters?
I mean, it's not too different, because there's a lot of time, even if a character does have pre-existing like other media, I don't necessarily have all the time to always go into all of it.
Mhm.
So a lot of the time it's just, did I audition for the character, and like did I get like close enough on that first kind of go at them, and then it just kind of just revolves around context. I think with any character that any actor starts playing, it takes a bit of time to settle into them regardless. So even if there is, other context and pre-existing stuff that I could look into, actually performing it still is its own journey of discovery, I guess.
Mhm.
So it's not too different. I honestly think it's more fun to come into something fresh, like Skate, with no pre-existing source material to go off of, just because it's the journey is a lot more, I guess. It's like I'm along the ride with the character more, and
Mhm.
yeah, it's like it's a lot of just the content is coming to light as we do it, and it's not just like, oh, this is an adaptation, how do they do this thing, and then trying to
Mhm.
measure up or something or not. But
Right.
yeah, regardless, the voicing part the process is pretty straightforward, at least for me.
Mhm. Right. Yeah. So, do you think do you feel like you have a little bit more freedom when it's an original character?
I mean, for something like dubbing, like anime, we're still in the confines of going off the original performance in the Japanese version, um,
Mhm.
and like in terms of having freedom, I mean, it depends on the writing, the direction, and everything. Sometimes we can do whatever the heck we want with it. But I mean, regardless, like we have a predetermined, I guess, track we need to follow, and just how much we can sort of play within that track just depends. And it doesn't really, if it had a pre-existing uh, source material or not, doesn't really affect that. I don't think.
Mhm.
I don't hope that makes
Right.
sense.
Yeah, no, that totally makes sense. Yeah, so, with Longa, he did still have that backstory, right? So like he still
Hmm.
had his reasons of why he was doing the things he was doing.
Yeah.
So, he had all of those, but did you ever kind of give him your own kind of like headcanons as you were recording him, or did you just kind of go off of what you were given?
Uh, so this kind of just goes into my process as like an actor, I guess. But it's like
Yeah.
I didn't necessarily like make any headcanons up. It's just if it's like, oh, there's a backstory here and something like Sk8 where it's like there's no source material we can go off of, we just kind of have to see what happens. I'm just trying to say with enough intent behind it. What's that intent? We'll figure it out. But as long as it sounds convincing, I guess.
Of course. Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, absolutely.
mhm.
So we're going to kind of pivot into our own little headcanon session, our
Sure.
own little brain rot, if you will.
Hmm.
What do you think about Longa's love language being food?
Oh, that's the same as mine. So that's another reason why we're very much alike is because
Mhm.
yeah, both of our primary love languages are food. But for me, it's like I like cooking for people, so that's the I guess a slight difference of it. But I also like taking people to nice restaurants and stuff that I like.
Mhm.
So it's yeah, just the food experience is very relatable.
Right.
Food is
Yeah.
wonderful too.
Yeah. Well, Longa cooks for his mom. We see the scene where he's like
True.
making the omelets. Do you think he could
Yeah.
cook anything other than those omelets?
I feel like if he tried, he could. We haven't really seen him do too much. Like
Mhm.
that's like let's have an episode where Longa and Joe are cooking together, and he's like working at the restaurant or
Aw,
something. Like that'd be fun.
that would be really fun. That would be really cool. Do
Mhm.
you think Joe would appreciate Longa's kind of spaciness in the kitchen, or do you think he would be kind of like whipping him into shape?
I I
Kicking them out.
think I think maybe Longa would start off as like, oh, I'm just doing what I usually do when I'm cooking for my mom, and then like he can, if he finds the right motivation, he can go into that like intense kind of focused like prodigy mode that he does, and he would just be great at cooking and everything, and Joe would be like, whoa. If that happens,
Yes,
me and Jonah we'll do a cooking stream together.
please. That would be
Oh my god,
amazing.
that would be so cute.
The
But you have to
chat
be
is
like
like going off
the
right now.
chat's yes, they're very excited about that. That would be amazing. Okay,
Film a
dear
cooking
Studio
class.
Bones, we have an episode idea for you. We need Longa and Joe cooking, and then you have Cherry and Reki on the other side of the bar, like waiting for
Yeah.
their order for the food to taste test. Yeah,
Yeah. You got like
100%.
the blue
Yeah,
and green side of the hair, and then like the warmer tones of the pink and red kind of side of the hair waiting to eat.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That would be perfect. That would be absolutely amazing. And do you
Yeah.
think Longa would be better at cooking savory or sweet dishes?
Mm.
Probably I would say savory because
Yeah.
his favorite foods are like burgers and
The
poutine and
mountain. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Just watch
The
he actually
mountain.
sucks at cooking and he just makes like shaved ice, so it's just like snow, Pour some condensed milk on it. That'd be funny.
And he
We
said
call it
it's all
water ice around here. Anybody else? There's
yes,
like 5
yes,
different names for this.
yes. Yes, I feel like Reki would be the opposite, where he would like burn the boiling water, and Joe would have to kick him out of the kitchen. Like
Hmm.
that's my their opposite headcanons for sure. Um,
Yeah.
Now, do you think Longa has any other like hobbies other than like food and skating, or do you think that's like all he has room in his brain for?
Trying to think. Uh, I'm sure there's some info book somewhere that details his other hobbies. Um, I don't know. I'm trying to think of like what other hobbies come to mind.
Gonna say you could always project like
Yeah, I'm sure he's like pretty like one track mind. So like maybe he'll try surfing one day, and it's like just another
Mhm.
board sport. He just gather them all.
Yeah,
That'd be neat. That's
yeah,
a whole rocket power assortment of sports.
yes, rocket
Rocket
power.
power!
Oh my gosh, what a throwback.
Yeah.
OG.
He would be a triple threat at that point if he could
Oh
surf.
yeah.
Oh my gosh. That would be incredible. So speaking of rocket power, do you think that the skate crew watches like let's pretend that they're in like the 90s, early 2000s, like what kind of Saturday morning cartoons do you think they would be watching?
Oh man, the fact that if you think about it, man, Reki and Longa being like in high school when the show came out, they in like 2020. Yeah, they would have been born in
Do
like
math.
God, like
Rocket power.
2004, 2005, which kind of makes
Oh,
my head hurt a little bit.
I think
So
little
they wouldn't have
mixes,
been
yeah.
around. They wouldn't have even been around
Right,
for
but
stuff
we
like
could
Rocket
pretend.
Power.
Right.
I feel like they would be they'd be connoisseurs, and they would watch like early SpongeBob, even though it's like like a little bit before their time.
Mhm.
I feel like I don't know, just because they would appreciate quality, so just watch early SpongeBob, like season 1 through 3 SpongeBob. Yeah.
yes.
Yes, it's so funny you say
Indeed.
that because I just had SpongeBob on. My kid was watching SpongeBob and he was watching the Bubble episode where it's like,
Hmm.
double take three times and it's like all of these years later you still have it memorized. Like it's one of those things where it's like, I
Yeah.
can't remember what I did. I can't remember what I did yesterday, but I can quote 1999 SpongeBob like
Yeah. No, it's yeah,
It's a
same. That's
lifestyle.
yeah, exactly. No, that's how I am with a lot of my friends. We just quote old SpongeBob. So
yeah,
yeah, I
that's
feel like
that's the
Reki
way
especially
millennials.
would do that.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yes, Reki would speak in SpongeBob quotes.
Yeah.
For sure. He would tell Longa to stop on his right foot or whatever foot it is that you have to like put on the ground, like
Yeah.
when you're skating.
Yeah. Joe would argue about the depth of Rick and Morty.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes.
Oh yeah. That's good.
Joe,
Just gets
Actually,
Joe
I
worse.
think
prepping and
no.
cooking. Sorry,
Actually,
he's
no.
prepping
I
and
think
cooking got
Mia,
dairy videos on.
Mia
Mia.
and Joe would talk about the depth of Rick and Morty. Yeah.
God, I could be a
Absolutely.
fly on the wall for that conversation.
Right. Yes.
Amazing.
And it just gets increasingly more intense the more wine Joe drinks. Like he gets more
Yeah.
passionate with every drink. Yeah,
And
100%.
gestures everywhere.
Yeah.
Yes, and Cherry excuses himself because he's heard it all before. He's like, I can't do this. Like,
Probably
Yeah.
100 times. God.
what would Cherry watch? I feel like I can't really like clock him. Like, what would Cherry watch?
I feel like Cherry
Crime
would
show.
just yeah, he wouldn't watch like cartoons and stuff. He'd probably watch like
The
RuPaul's or
news.
something. Yeah.
Yeah, RuPaul.
History
Yeah,
Channel.
Just for the
yeah,
tea, Yeah, the
yeah.
drama.
True crime shows.
Yeah.
Actually,
I'll have to watch
Surface level
ask
cherry. Oh,
What,
sorry.
Jovi?
What?
yeah,
I said
I'll
that's
have to
like
ask David
surface
what he
level
watches.
cherry.
Yeah.
Exactly. I like the crime drama for him. He's like, how many ways can I threaten Joe with something? That's what he learns in these shows.
No. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I just have to say, when
Mhm.
you were cast as Luca in Honkai,
Oh,
the first thing I thought of was, oh my gosh, he's voicing Reki in another universe. Like,
I
I
mean
will admit, I feel like.
I'll
Go
for
ahead.
it. Oh, the way I'd put it for some people is it's like the love child of Reki and Longa in that he has Reki's personality and hair, but like Longa's voice. So,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought too, and it was amazing. And I was like, "Hey, I immediately need to make him my main because I'm already obsessed." Like, it's
Yeah.
had to throw that in there. Okay, so were you able to see some of the like clips from the live stream that they did in Okinawa during the skate event at all?
No, I haven't I haven't seen any of that yet.
No. Okay, so they did a little like skit where Reki and Longa go clothes shopping together. And it's because it's because Nanako told Longa he needs to start buying his own clothes. And
Sure.
so he took Reki with him, and so they went on this like clothes shopping date, right? And
Mhm.
Reki was picking out clothes based on his style versus,
Yeah.
Longa's. So he's giving him these clothes, and then he called got a text from each of the skate crew, and Reki's
Mhm.
voice actor did really amazing impressions, and including his like high-pitched Mia voice was hilarious.
Yeah.
So then they ultimately like ended up Longa again was just in like a jeans and a t-shirt, right? Like that's what he was
Yeah.
that's like his thing, right? So
Mhm.
let's say it was reversed. How do you think it would go if Longa was to try and pick out new clothes for Reki?
I feel like Reki's so not picky about anything that any pieces of clothing that could be like really like loud or like bold statements. So it's like I feel like if Longa might just do the same thing where he'll pick something that is like something at his speed, a little more like cool tones and like a
Mm-hmm.
little more neutral. But then you realize like, oh wait, he'll probably be a little more thoughtful than Reki. So like even if he doesn't know how to dress like pick clothes for himself, like he'll know exactly what Reki likes. So like once he was like, oh, like this is has like bold colors and like patterns or whatever, he'll pick up on what suits Reki a lot quicker than Reki would for him.
Yes, he immediately goes for like the really bold Hawaiian shirts, like the really
Mm-hmm.
bright, colors.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, the pinstripe shirts with like the ones you see
Joe
like your
Jr.
like what?
Like Joe Jr. with orange pins.
Right. Yeah, because Joe wears the really bright like orange and white shirt, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be.
Yeah.
Texas, we call that the Whataburger shirt. I just want you to know.
What?
All the-
Yeah.
It's a
Oh my-
restaurant.
That's their
Okay.
uniform. Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yeah.
based on the like
Yeah.
other artwork that we've gotten for the series, like they all seem to dress pretty nice. I think, regardless.
They do.
Yeah, they do. And
Mhm.
and Reki's style is always very out there. Like in the tech wear art, he has like his
Mhm.
headband and a hat. And
Yeah.
I'm like, there's no reason to have both, but and then he's got the bold colors and Longa's like pretty monotone in his colors, but it still works. It still works.
Hmm.
Yeah. All right, super cool. So we are going to move into the Q&A portion. We have some
Sure.
audience submitted questions. And so we will start with Chase and Jovi each have a question for you.
Mhm.
And then we'll call up the users, members, audience. That's the word
Mhm.
for their questions.
Mhm.
Cool. Okay, so if you guys are just joining in, we are entering the Q&A session. So first up, we have what
You
do
and
you think
Jovi.
Long study in college? And then would he join any clubs?
Sorry, what was the first part of that?
What do you think Longo would study in college, and would he join any clubs?
What would he study in college? That's that's tough.
Or like, could he possibly also do a trade school of some kind? Or do you
Yeah,
think
he
he would do
might.
after high school?
I'm trying to think. That's a good question. Maybe like physics. That'd be neat because I feel like he's smart enough, but it's like because he seems to have just a natural knack for being able to skateboarding's a lot of physics, so why not?
Yeah, it is,
Mhm.
absolutely.
Mhm.
He's had to calculate, can I make this leap without falling? Can I add
Yeah.
speed here, especially in the race
Hmm.
against Joe? Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
And it's like
actually.
he could find that passion where like, oh, like this is how it works when I'm skating, and that's what affects like the physics, and this is why. And so he can
Mhm.
that passion could transfer over. I think would pretty easily.
And
Yeah,
I
that
feel
would
like
be.
with this too. Oh, go ahead, Maddie.
No, I was gonna say, I feel like we would get to hear a little bit of like Longa info dumping a little bit. Like I feel like he would
Mhm.
come home from school and just like info dump
Yeah.
everything he learned, like on his mom, on Reki, and they'd
Yeah.
be really excited that he's like super hyped about like learning something
Yeah.
new that like pertains to something he's loved for so long.
Hmm.
Yeah, and
Just
it kind
talking
of
to them
makes you
about
think
inertia.
too, like all of the
Yes.
questions, the tests, they're in a vacuum, right? So it's like, is the zone kind of like that? What are the physics
Mm.
of the zone? I don't know. That would be kind of
Physics of the zone. Yeah, talking about inertia and speed and
Mhm.
relative. Yeah,
Yeah.
I love it.
Ooh, all the buzzwords. Nice.
Hmm.
And my question is, when the opportunity to audition for a new character presents itself, do you tend to stick to a character type that you're familiar with, or do you like look for like the weird ones, like the Jokers and stuff like that?
I like to. I mean, there's definitely a wheelhouse that I tend to get cast as, and I tend to lean towards those. It's like, oh, this is something I'm more confident that I can do. But there's definitely characters that are a little more out there that are fun to do that I don't get to do as often. Luca is actually one of them from Star because he's so big and dumb in his personality that I don't get to play that as often. And same with like there's a game called Detective Archives Rain Code, um, where I play the villain named Yomi, and he's kind of just this really awful villain. He has like crazy laughs and like spitting venomous speeches at people, and like that was sort of, I guess, yeah, that fun villain moment. But by and large, it's nice to be in the comfort zone of just playing a soft sad boy or something.
Yeah.
A soft sad boy. I feel like though your band, the name escapes me, but in Yamada-kun, like that character is very different,
Oh
just
yeah.
personality wise, based on who you've played before. I was like, Longa would never.
Yeah, it's I've played, yeah, so it's I guess he's not, I guess, yeah, in Yamada Kun it's like in a slice of life like rom-com kind of situation, like who's the bad guy? Like I guess
Mhm.
he's the ex is sort of the bad guy of that show, but not really. He doesn't really do anything,
Not
but
really.
he's the
No, he's the
inciting
he's
incident.
yeah. I
Yeah.
was gonna say he's the catalyst. Yeah,
Hmm.
love it.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, cool.
Great. So next up, we have a question submitted by our member Kneecap Thief.
Mhm.
How do you get into character for voicing Longa? He has such a mellowed out tone, and the actual emotion he puts into certain words feels so distinct.
Yeah, I feel like Longa is very intentional with where he puts his energy. So a lot of it's just like he kind of just floats through until he finds something that he really cares about or something that kind of evokes an emotional reaction. So it's having dynamics in the sense that like he will have those peaks when he chooses to. Uh, and yeah, so getting into character, it's just a very very chill, very relaxed sessions. They're really fun to do. Um, and just yeah, I appreciate the directors allowing me to play Longa as softly as I do. and just not being afraid to be quiet on things, which is I think a lot of projects and characters don't really allow themselves to be as quiet as I think they could be.
Stop sad boy agenda.
Exactly.
All right. Then up next we have Trisha Joy. I think we have to accept like a request to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like
I'm not
yeah.
getting one.
I see it. Let's see.
Okay.
There we go.
Oh, hi.
Perfect. All right, Trisha, take it away whenever you're ready. You are currently on mute.
Okay, sorry about that. So I have two questions. The first one is, what career do you think Linga would go into?
What career? That's always tough to say for somebody who's early high school because so many things could change. 'Cause I know for me, I had no idea what I wanted to do in high school. So like, I that's tough. I guess. I mean, it's really hard to say.
Maybe physicist.
Physicist of some kind.
I mean, I feel like if he had the physics degree, he wouldn't like do any like science related stuff. Maybe he would. I feel like he would be like a bad like coach too, like a snowboarding like teacher, like because it's just like just do it, like just feel it and just do it. Like there's no like real explanation to the method behind it because he's just so naturally good at it. I feel like he would. For me, what I would want him to do, I would want him to be like a food reviewer, but like a food critic.
Wow.
But he just likes everything. So he's like the food critic you would want to have at all your restaurant, like everybody's restaurant, just because like he always leaves something positive. Yeah.
Yes.
That'd be
Like,
fun.
I would love to use
Absolutely.
burgers instead of stars.
Yes. 10 out of 10. Highly recommend.
Yeah.
Okay, then the second question was Langa always so reckless, or was it just after his dad passed?
I don't think my interpretation of it is like I don't think he was I don't think he's necessarily like reckless. I think of him he's just more like he had more of like a free spirit kind of personality to him that was a little lost after his dad passed and was sort of just finding that again when he got to know Reki and everything. So I mean I don't know. I think that just might be that might be how he is. I don't know.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
All right.
Those were good questions,
All
guys.
right.
Yeah, good one.
Let's see. Up next, I hope I'm saying this correctly. We have Jacqueline.
Hello.
Hi.
Yes, you
Hello.
did say that correctly.
Okay.
So, my question is kind of a like 2-in-1 type thing, and this could be either with the Sk8 dub or any of the other anime that you've dubbed. Were there any lines that you improvised that were included in the dub, or were there any lines that you wanted to improv but it wasn't included for some reason?
Let's see. I mean, for Sk8, there is a line that I guess you could call it improvised. It's a line that I proposed in session that wasn't in the original script. But it's in the scene where with his mom talking about Reki and the last line where he says, you know, the like, oh, show her that she's a lucky girl, and he says, what girl? It originally wasn't what girl. It was something a little more, I guess, less on the nose. And in the moment I was like, can we change it to like something like this, like what girl, just so it's a little more because I know what that scene like means to people and like what it needs to what it needs to represent. So I feel like like, can we do this instead? And like the director was very open to that. So yeah, that's I think the big one in Skate that I guess was improvised.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yes. And we thank you for that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, we
Sure
do.
do.
That's amazing.
hmm
Well, thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you, Jacqueline.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, thanks, Jacqueline. Up next, we have Ren Scarlet.
Yeah.
Got it.
There we go.
Perfect.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
We
Yeah.
can.
Hello, how are you from
Hi.
Argentina?
Oh, hi. Wow. Cool.
From the other side of the continent. So my question is, do you have a silly anecdote to share from your career? Let it be from a convention or while recording.
Oh man, silly and oh man, my memory is so bad. I'm trying to think of something fun. Uh, let's see. Trying to think if it's from like directing or acting. Um, I would say so. This is
question.
more on the directing side of things. There's a show called Sleepy Princess and the Demon Castle that I helped direct, and I directed my best friend Alejandro Saab, who voiced the Demon King in that show. And I'm trying to think of like a specific instance, but like that, yeah, some people know Miss Sayu VTuber. But yeah, that was just because it was just me and him. And I was engineering also like on my own, like during that show. And it was just us hanging out, and it was such a fun time of just us just making up jokes on the spot and just like coming up with like fun reads. And it was the most like not like work I've ever felt when doing anything. And
Released.
yeah.
Mhm.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Nice. All right. Cool. So up next, we did have a question from our member Nina, who was not able to attend. I think it's like 3 a.m. local time or something.
Oh no.
So the question we have here, I know. So the question is, what sort of direction were you given for the "like our relationship" line in episode 11, and what were you thinking while performing it?
So the fun thing about the Skate dub is that Kyle Phillips and Chris Waycamp, they were they're great directors, but they're also hands off, and in the sense that they let us kind of do our thing. So there wasn't really much, from what I can remember, there wasn't really as much direction in that scene. It was just sort of like looking at the original version, just seeing the vibe, and just kind of just going with what felt right. And yeah, and in those kinds of instances, there's not really anything I like really think about per se, or sort of draw from. I think one of the reasons why I tend to get cast as like soft, sad BL boys is because that sort of, I guess, tone in those kinds of scenes kind of, it's really easy for me to kind of dip into naturally. I guess like just my instincts just kind of guide me a little more easily in that kind of pocket. So I don't know, like it's like same with like Heaven Official's Blessing, where it's just like, oh man, how'd you play him so sad? I'm just like, I don't know, that's just me. I'm just like, cool.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Just change your bio to soft sad BL boy. Like that's your title. Is soft sad BL
Yeah.
boy.
2024.
Yeah. I mean, just
You do
it
you
happens.
do a great job at it. Yeah, we love it.
Okay. All right. Oh, that's awesome. Okay. So next question we have is from Eddie.
Mhm.
Are you raising your hand? Yes.
Hi.
All right.
Hi.
My question was, What was your favorite line to say from Sk8?
Oh, there were so many good ones. Obviously, the "Wrecking My Love of Skateboarding is because of you" line is iconic, and that was definitely one of my favorite ones to do, just because we kind of us and like the director, the engineer, and like me, like we all kind of knew, like, oh man, we didn't know how like much of a impact it would make, but we all knew it was like, oh, this is a really fun one. Well, cool. And oh god, any line where Longa can kind of do like his like the dumb mode he can get into. So it's like the first time it pops up is stand back, and then he goes push me, like he gets like the really dumb, like very not usually
Yes.
Longa kind of tone. And I love that line so much. Yeah. Just because it
Yes.
kind of presented the range of how comedic and stupid Longa can get. And that kind of helped drive like all the other like really dumb little lines he's had. Like like what is a love hotel, or like the don't
Yes,
worry,
or
bae, like I'll protect you.
a pickup
Like,
truck. Yeah, a pickup truck.
Yeah.
He's yelling.
yeah.
Don't
And
worry,
then,
bae,
oh,
I'll protect you.
yeah.
Wrecking, it's a cat. Yep.
Yeah, it's a cat. Yeah, it's
Oh,
not
that one
it's
was
a
also
cat.
iconic.
It's a cat. It's not
It's a
it's
cat.
ISSA
Like
cat. Yeah.
ISSA.
Yeah.
Is that how it was written? Was that how it was written in the script too? Issa.
Well, I mean, that's how I said it. That's in my
I
head.
know.
That's how it was written. Yeah.
Yeah.
Might as well
That's
have been.
great.
Yeah.
Get the soft bad boy touch.
Yes.
Hey,
Okay.
awesome.
Thank you so much.
Okay,
Yeah. Thank you, Eddie.
thanks, Eddie. All right, quick time check. About 10 minutes at the top of the hour. All right. So next up, we did have a question from Zaina, who is not able to join. So question was it like working alongside David Wald? Particularly, what was it like filming that final scene between Longa and Adam as they were racing in episode 12?
Oh man. So David Wald is this mad genius. Like, it doesn't really matter like what's on the page. Like, even if he says the words that are on the page, like you'll never expect it to sound a certain way. It's just he's so good at what he does. So because of the process of dubbing, like sometimes like I'll record before he does, and sometimes he'll record before I do. But whenever he records before I do, and I get to play off his performance, it's like it's a whole experience. It's a trip. Like it's so so memorable. Like it's so fun. And like I remember oh god. So the first time they raced, David had recorded before I did. So hearing oh man. So like the one in particular that really got me, I remember, is when he kind of like gives him like the little hug from behind, like, and says like, oh, like, hello, little Longa, and like the little like oomph he puts into it when like with the physical. I was like, no way did David do that. I was trying to record, and I was just like, oh my god, like it broke me. I was just like, it was really hard for me to like keep a straight face and performance and like do the lines. Yeah, so like that in that situation, like I think it was really appropriate anyway. It just happened to work out because Longa was so reactive in that race. But then the second race, like I did record before David in that one, so unfortunately I didn't get to hear his performance while I was doing it. But I think that worked out well because the shoe was kind of on the other foot towards the end there, and Longa as well, especially just because like Adam was way more serious and more reactive to what Longa was giving him at the end. I think it worked out. But yeah, no, David's a mad genius, and I love working off of his performances, and I also love working with him as a director too, because he's just such a master of his craft. Like he directed me on multiple shows, but there's like Given was one of them. It was memorable.
Oh, yeah. Just that energy must be something to It's something incredible to experience in a lifetime, honestly.
Yeah.
That's
Mhm.
what it's.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
All right. Ren, you're up next. Do we have?
hmm
There we go.
Hi. Howard.
Hi.
Hi.
Nice that you're here. I'm gonna like totally just go away from Skate and go into
Sure.
my personal hyperfixation. Uh, so my question is, what was your favorite scene and your favorite character to, to film, and just your favorite character alone in Moriarty the Patriot?
Oh, and Moriarty. Oh yeah.
Moriarty
So what was my
Stan.
favorite scene to like perform, and who's my favorite character?
Yes.
Favorite scene to perform is probably it's towards the end. It's I forget which episode it is. I think it's like 10 or 11 or something. Where he has this sort of speech where he's talking about William. Lewis is talking about William and how his life is pretty much his purpose is pretty much just there to like serve William, and it ends with like a whole beat about like he's like, oh, like you're my world, like all that I have. And I remember that being a really impactful moment, a really whole impactful little monologue. And I remember it really resonating with me for some reason in the moment. And I think in that moment I had done that whole little monologue in like one take. And like the director Raleigh, who's usually very like particular and will do like a bunch of takes in this scene until it's like just right, but then he like kind of just like after I did that whole run of lines, he was like, oh wow, like yeah, we'll keep that. Yeah, that's great. I was like, whoa. So that's yeah. So it's like a cool moment where I feel like I really resonated with the character a lot. And as for like my favorite character in the whole show, I mean,
I'm sorry,
uh,
who?
opposed to how Lewis actually feels, I do really like Sherlock as a character in that show. I think he's like such a fun take on the Sherlock Holmes kind of mythos, and the character I think is just really well done. And Theo Devaney did such a great performance that yeah, I really like Sherlock in
Mhm.
Moriarty the Patriot.
Yes, Sherlock's
Yes.
such an amazing character. I just hope for all good things for Lewis in the future, and I live for you as him.
Oh, thank you.
But thank you for answering my question.
Yeah, of course. Good old British Longa.
Yes.
Yeah.
British Longa.
Oh my god, I love that. Okay, sorry. How do
Yeah.
I leave this video talking thing? Sorry.
There we got it.
All right, so we got 4 peeps left that have questions. How are we doing on time, guys? Okay.
It is 5:57 our time.
I keep forgetting you're like 3 hours behind me. All right. So next up we have Serena.
Pinged Serena. I haven't heard. I don't know if they're around.
All right. If I don't see, I can do the question real quick. All right. So the question was kind of in the same vein as the last one, but more skate oriented. Besides Longa, who's your favorite character in the cast?
Oh man. I kinda want to say Joe. Yeah.
It's like it's like choosing a favorite child sometimes, huh? Like
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, just because I relate to the cooking part of it. I think I love his attitude, and just Jonah's performance is also so great. And yeah, I'm excited to see more of him. But yeah.
Mhm. Mhm.
Definitely love that. All right. We've got Hiro up next. Cool.
Hey.
All right. We can't hear anything if you were talking.
Oh,
Hello?
hi.
Okay.
There we
Hi.
go.
So I have a couple questions, but they're definitely things that you can answer just like really quickly, top of your head.
Mhm.
First, who is your first anime crush?
That's
Starting with
funny.
laughter. I love it.
Man, that's okay. What's her name from Yu Yu? Jury from Yu Yu Hakusho. The tournament announcer girl with like the green hair. I think it was like turquoise hair. Yeah. I guess
Amazing.
I would call that first. Then my other one is Haku from Naruto. Anyway.
Second, who is an anime hero or character who genuinely inspired you in real life?
Genuinely inspired me in real life. Let's see. Genuinely inspired me. In a good way or a bad way?
I guess I'm looking for impact.
Okay, impact. I'm trying to think of all the anime I've watched. Oh God, what have I seen? I know there are games that have inspired. I'm trying to think of anime.
You can do a game character.
Yeah. Does that be the first one or like the most impactful?
I would for this one most impactful.
Most impactful. Let's see. Ignis from Final Fantasy 15. Just because of all the cooking genius-ry that he's done. It got me, I guess it got really inspired me to do more culinary things. So yeah. That's the one that comes to my head right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Third question.
Mhm.
The Sk8 are playing Mario Kart. Who would win?
Mia. Yeah.
Is it fair
Like,
to ask for second place? Because like Mia, yeah, totally.
I think Longo would be in second just because he knows. So Longo would be the best at it, other than Mia, because Mia would know like the frame data for like perfect drifts, and like Longo would
God.
be like, I don't even know how to drift, but like I'm still in second place and beat everyone else.
Yes. Who would come in
Like,
last?
doesn't even know the A button versus the B button.
Right, who's the
Who
loser?
would come in last? Oka.
Okay. Oh.
Oka would
See,
keep falling off the Rainbow Road. Yeah.
I
Me
would
too.
put
Okay. Me
Shadow.
too.
I would put Shadow because he got blue shelled at the last minute. He was in first the whole time, and then he got blue shelled and fell off. He lost the rest.
Yeah, that's correct. Oh,
Or I
Tracks.
think Shadow. I think Shadow would he play like a big heavy character like Bowser that like needs a little time to
Yes.
like ramp up to like the like insane like top speed he has, but he keeps getting like pelted with like a shell or like a banana. So like he should win, but like he just keeps on getting just very unfortunate circumstances over and over again that he
Oh.
can't. Like, that would be the butt
Yep.
of the joke, like he is. But yeah.
He just rage quits. He's done. He can't handle it anymore. Like,
Yeah. Mhm. Yeah, Mia would be in first,
Yeah.
have like one green shell, shoot it backwards, and somehow hit Shadow, who's in like seventh. Like, and he's like already like in not a good spot.
He
Yeah,
would,
that'd be
and then
funny.
call him an old man. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that little
Mhm.
man. Like, okay.
Yeah.
That's great. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I love that question.
Asking the real questions, Hero.
Yeah. All right. So
Yeah,
next
Cherry
up,
would
we
be
have a
third.
question.
Cherry would be
Sorry.
third.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and really, really mad about it too, probably.
Oh, for sure.
Okay. All right. So next question we have from our user Z. Do you ever read fan fiction of projects you've worked on? And if so, what's your favorite fanfic?
I don't read the fanfic of stuff. That's yeah, it's dangerous territory. So I try to
True.
stay out of that side of the fandom. Although it's like I know there's some great ones out there, but yeah, they're all yeah. For me, my purpose is I'll enjoy I'll respect it and enjoy it from afar.
That's fair. Totally fair.
Mhm.
For real. Okay, so the last one we have is from Kai.
Mhm.
Let's see. There we go.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. So for my question,
Mhm.
I'm gonna also kind of take it away from Sk8 because
Sure.
I love you as Luca from Honkai Star Rail.
Thank you.
He's my favorite character in the whole game.
Yeah, I'm glad.
Yeah. And I love hearing you as him.
Oh, thanks.
So yeah. So my question is, do you think that Luca would enjoy skateboarding? And then do you think Longa would enjoy boxing?
Ooh.
Ooh.
I think Luca would enjoy skateboarding, but I think he wouldn't do the races. He would be doing like tricks in a half pipe and stuff, like Tony Hawk style stuff.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
He was
Yeah,
so just show off.
Yeah. Yeah.
That would be
And
a really fun
I'm
side quest.
Yeah,
Yes.
right. Like instead of the fight ring, it's just a big like half pipe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Next event in Bellabog.
Mhm. And I don't know if Luke or if Longa would enjoy boxing though. I think he would like try to throw a punch and like the bag would bruise his hand and he'd be like, maybe not. And then yeah, so I think
Yeah.
Longa's a lot more. He's a lover, not a
Like
fighter.
that.
Yeah, his canonical fear of blood might play a little into that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a
Definitely.
yeah.
Yeah, he would he'd bust his knuckles once and pass out like he.
Well, it's like, well,
The
that would
bag
imply that he
would
hit it
like-
with enough force, but like I think he would
That's
probably
true.
swing for the bag, kind of miss, kind of like scuff his hand a little bit and get a little like scrape, not even like a bloody scrape, like he would just scrape it a little bit on like the side of the bag just from like friction, and it'll be like, well, that's it for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see like maybe he sees like the bag just swinging back and forth, so he keeps pressing it, and then it just
Yeah.
comes back and just hits him right in the face.
Yeah. That'd be fun.
Okay.
Oh,
Thank
poor
you.
Longa.
Yeah, thank you so much, Kai.
Thank you.
Mhm.
All right, guys. So I know we have a couple questions that came in through the chat. Howard, I did want to check with you, see how
Yeah.
you're doing on time.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, no, I got time. Yeah, no worries.
Okay. All right. Then let's go into Q&A. Wish, I know you've had your hand raised for a little bit, if you'd like to take the stage. We have Wish. Trying to look at the audience. There we go.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello. Okay, sorry, I'm loud. Okay, I was wondering,
Mhm.
like, two questions for you. They're kind of quick. So,
Sure.
where do you think Wanga and Reki would live if they moved, like, out of Japan?
If they
They come as a
moved out.
package deal, so I have to say Reki and Wanga. Like, where do you think that they would room up?
Just because I've been there, I think they would live in Vancouver, Canada. Because it's close
Oh.
enough to a place like Whistler or something where they can go snowboarding. There's also I've seen like skate culture in Vancouver also, and there's also a lot of really good food.
You were so right because
Yeah.
I'm also a skater and a snowboarder, and I've been
Yeah.
like wondering if I should go to California or up to Canada. But I was wondering if you also had an idea of where they would live. But
Yeah.
my second question is, thank you. The second question is, do you think Wongo would like playing video games like regularly? And like if he did, like what video games would he play?
I think he wouldn't go like super hard into video games. He might find a couple that he just would attach to and just have a good time. He wouldn't play anything super. I don't think he'd play anything super competitive. He might just play like Animal Crossing or something.
I was like in my mind too. Just vibing
Yeah.
on Harvest Moon, right? Stardew
Yeah.
Valley. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like he would love playing like Minecraft or like Elden Ring. I feel like he
Elden
would
Ring.
love like Skyrim or something like that. I don't know why. I just see him playing Elden Ring for some reason. Like, but being really bad at it because it's like an open world. And getting lost. But yeah. Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I'm gonna write this down. I'll leave here though, y'all. Thank you, Howard.
Thank you.
Longa just running in circles in a cave in Minecraft because he can't get out.
Now I wonder.
No,
No, he would
bro.
play. He would
It's
play
true.
Elden Ring for the
That's so
story.
funny.
He would play Elden Ring for the story. Try to explore the map to uncover the lore. Accidentally come across like all the hardest bosses. Beat them first try, and then just like, oh, okay, now that's out of my way. I can explore the story and like explore the map. And he like
Like, what do I
wouldn't
do now?
realize how
Like-
well he's doing.
So
Yeah.
casual.
And
Right.
Reki's
I
been
feel
stuck on like the
'cause,
second boss. It's just like what the.
That's
For
me.
sure.
Yeah.
No, because we have this headcanon that Wanga would definitely be like a gatherer in Minecraft, like gather all the materials, and Reki would definitely build like the villages and the houses. And so
Yeah.
I wanted to ask if you thought he would be a builder or a gatherer.
Yeah, I think that sounds about right. Yeah, he'd be gatherer in that sense.
Yay!
Mhm.
Let's go. All right, thank you so much. Thank
Yeah,
you.
thanks.
Thanks, Mitch. We are trying to figure out who has not gone yet. There we go.
Mhm.
Sorry. I couldn't figure out how to update my mic.
You're good. We can hear you now.
We
great.
can hear you loud and clear.
That's great. So I was just wondering, not counting Reki and Langa and Joe and Cherry, what is your favorite like friendship between two characters in Sk8?
Oka and Sketchy.
Oh my god, yes.
Yeah. You
That's so
you
sweet.
see there's a lot of mutual respect there, I think. It's not like a pet and owner kind of thing. It's like they respect each other's space. Sketchy's allowed to do his own thing, and yeah, I think like legitimately I think that's a good relationship.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
It's a healthy relationship for sure.
Agreed.
Yeah, I
Healthy
was gonna say
boundaries.
Reki and Mio, but they're better.
Yeah.
Sketchy's less
Yeah,
likely to
true.
bite.
Yeah. Yeah, I
That's
think
true.
Reki and Mia, that's like a big brother, little brother, I think, kind of thing.
Mhm.
Yes, that's what I
Mhm.
thought. Alright, thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course. Thank you.
All right, let's see. Up next, we have Ash.
Hi, Howard. How's it going?
Hi, good.
Okay, so my question is, so you were talking about how much you love food and how much Longa loves food, and that's
Yeah.
like one of my favorite parts about Longa's character is just like because I also really, really love food. So, what is your favorite food? And also, have you ever had poutine before? And how do you
Oh,
feel
yeah.
about poutine?
First thing, yes, I have had poutine. I went to Canada a lot when I was in college. So yeah, I've had a lot of poutine, a lot of different types of poutine. Yeah, I really enjoy it. That's one of the things I was like, oh yeah, super relate to Longa. He likes poutine. And favorite food is, I'll say it's Taiwan beef noodle soup. Simply because it's just super like, well, it's super tasty, but also it's like a very very nostalgic dish. My mom made it all the time, and yes, there's a soft spot, like a little nostalgic personal part of it in my heart. So yeah, beef noodle soup is my personal favorite.
That's awesome. I'm vegetarian, so I
Mm,
have that, but I've had some vegetarian poutines before that are really good. So
yeah, I was gonna say yeah, you can definitely make vegetarian poutine.
yeah, I did that. I cosplay Longa, so I actually did that like for a video one time for TikTok. I had
Oh, nice.
specifically made poutine like for the video. So
Heck yeah. Man, I'm gonna have to get poutine next time somewhere. I gotta go to Canada.
Cool.
Mhm.
all right. Well, thank you.
Yeah, well, thank you so much.
Okay, so let's see. I think up next we have Lily.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. So this was kind of a spontaneous question. I was just like, I should probably take a chance just to ask something for the hell of it. But I don't know if this has been asked yet because I left for a little while. But if the Skate characters, I mean, technically in the Skate universe, they probably do have anime and stuff, right? So what
Mhm.
do you think, like Reki and Longa and the Skate characters' favorite anime would be?
I think, how do I put this? I think Reki would have very straightforward tastes. And he would enjoy like, your mainstream like My Heroes and your Demon Slayers, but I
Yeah.
think he would also probably
Mhm.
really like mecha anime. So like I feel like he would build like Gundam
Yeah.
models and stuff.
That's so true. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Evangelion and stuff.
hmm
Mhm.
I think Longa is like he would like those chill like slice of life shows. Like he would watch like Laid Back Camp or something. So something chill, something
The dungeon
wholesome.
one?
Yeah.
Yeah, or the dungeon one, right?
Yeah.
Delicious in Dungeon?
Delicious
Yeah.
Dungeon. Yeah.
Or like
Mhm.
or like sports anime and then he'd like try out the sport just for the hell of it and like be the best player that like anyone has ever seen.
Yeah. Yeah,
Sounds
I think
accurate.
that would make sense. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. And
What
then
about
yeah.
like Mia and Joe and Cherry?
Mia, I feel like Mia would be like a little rebel and watch stuff that's like not technically in his age range that he's supposed to watch. He would like watch Berserk or something and like talk about
Yeah.
like the depth of Berserk and just like it's like, yo, dude, you're watching Berserk? You're like 13. Like I was like, whoa, hang on, dude,
Should
you're
not
watching
be
Berserk.
watching.
Yeah, you should not be watching Berserk, kid. But he would
Yeah,
probably
like
also
you were talking earlier,
enjoy. Yeah, but he would probably also enjoy like again something that's not for his age, but like Cyberpunk Edge Runners or something. I think
Yeah.
that's very
Mhm.
up his alley. And then I think Joe would he would watch like like the beefy sports anime. He would watch like
Yeah.
Hajime no Ippo or something or like Baki. And but he would also watch like he would probably also watch something like really wholesome like Banana at the same time.
Yes.
Like
I feel like he would be a really big fan of Dragon Ball for some reason.
yeah.
Yes.
But he would also probably watch like food stuff. Like he would probably watch Food
Mhm.
Wars and be
He
like,
would.
Food
that
Wars.
doesn't make any
He'd be
sense.
horrified in the first episode.
Yeah, he'd be like, like that
What
culinary
is this?
technique is
What
redundant.
is
Like, oh, there's no
man?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I think Cherry would love a good like a rom-com or something. Or something like either rom-coms, so like if he wants to watch something like kind of, not too heavy, but then he could probably watch something like really really artsy or like really like I don't know, like
Like
something
Blue
like
Period?
yeah, Blue Period or like
Mm.
Pluto or like Monster or something.
Monster. Ooh,
Yeah.
that's so true.
Mhm.
Or like Death
Mhm.
Note.
Yeah,
Like
well,
those like really
that would
like
Death Note would be
psychological.
Cherry's like gateway. Like that would be like entry
Yes.
level kind of thing.
I love how we've all collectively come up with a headcanon that Cherry really likes like true crime and like mysteries and
Mhm.
stuff.
That would be right up his alley for sure.
We need the alternate universe of Joe and Cherry as like cops.
Yes.
A buddy cop anime with
Yeah,
Cherry and
buddy
Joe.
cop. Mhm.
Sorry, that was the last squeak. That's amazing.
Oh, Psychopaths, yeah. The first season though.
Okay.
Right.
Well,
Oh my
Yeah.
god. That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you for the question.
yeah, that's what I really wanted to ask. Thank you so much, guys.
Yeah.
How do I get out of
Yeah.
here, though?
We got you. We got you.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So we do have 2 questions remaining. Second to last, we have Emery. Your hands raised. Working on it. There we go.
There.
I'm in for it. What is up, guys?
Hey.
What's up?
How are you having fun? Oh, that wasn't the question, but yeah.
Yes. All right. Next.
Sorry, that's your time. Time's up.
It's already that easy. He lives. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, this question was inspired by your Twitch stream the other night. Whenever you said that you like some voice actors couldn't make it to the tea shop in California because the rain went out, and so I said the rain breaking up Ranga again, and so kind of based on that, have you seen any Sk8 memes? And if so, which one's your favorite? Or
Sk8 memes.
Which made you laugh? Have you ever run into a meme? Has anyone ever showed you
I feel like
the
a
palm
lot of the
trees or something?
memes. Yeah, the palm trees one's is pretty funny. I feel like a lot of the memes I saw were when it was still airing or right when it aired, so it's been a while. Palm trees is a good one. A&W in general, I think, was just really funny. Referring to Joe's shirt as the Whataburger shirt's pretty funny.
We're going to Whataburger on his birthday.
Oh, really?
Cute.
Good. But yeah, those are the ones that come to mind. Yeah. I don't know if there's anything that you like that might jog my memory at all, but
the chat is saying Ricky and lasagna.
oh yeah, lasagna. That was a funny one. Yeah.
Lasagna.
Just 8 peeps or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, the peeps, like the little sticker that I showed you at the con, the skateboarding peep.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Those are some good ones.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, Emery.
Peace out.
All right. Peace out. And last but certainly not least, we have Rhea.
I pinged. I tried. I'm like, I want to see if they're there.
Tried. Okay. Do you see Rhea in here?
Oh shoot, they can't speak.
They're there.
Okay, I can't speak. Okay, no worries. I've got the question then. All right, so the question is, what's your favorite character trait of Shaylian's? And what's one thing you feel he should work on?
So favorite character trait and something that he should work on. I like how, I guess we would say, how selfless he is. And how considerate he is towards others. A lot of the times, the detriment to his own quality of life and his own self. I guess that kind of answers both sides of it. Both how selfless and how caring and how helpful he can be. But yeah, the part he could work on is prioritizing himself a little bit more. So the stuff that he does for other people doesn't hurt him as much. Yeah. Yeah. He can believe in his own hype a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And that's a lesson I feel like we can all take. Yeah. And I feel like that's a lesson we can all learn too, is we should believe in the hype in ourselves.
Yeah.
We are all pretty awesome.
Yeah. Shaylian's that's why I call him my most relatable character, in the sense that when I'm playing him, I don't really feel like I'm acting ever, because yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I do remember seeing, I think it was like a Twitter post of yours, Howard, of your most emotional performances.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
think, yeah, Shaylin was on there.
Yeah, no, he definitely was. Yeah, it was. There's some recency bias, but yeah, Shailene was probably the most emotional performance I'd
Yeah.
done to recent memory.
Yeah, beautifully done.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Is
Well, I
that
know
all the?
Jovi. Yeah,
go
those
ahead.
are all for the Q&A questions.
Awesome. Cool.
All right.
Like a final kind of shout out. Back in like, when did we start this, Maddie? We started this whole group like 2020, end of 2021?
Yeah, December of 2021 is when we started
Okay.
this Discord.
Like me
Yeah.
and Maddie reached out like on Instagram because I was like, I just need someone to talk about Sk8 with, and Maddie's like, I'll be your friend, and like it's so fun to be like here right now and having like a group interview. This is like really, really happy moment. And I'm glad everyone got to ask their questions. Like another thing, I do a lot in like the Sonic fandom, so I help aid a lot of like the convention side on that. And I know how it is like for people to like finally get a chance to talk to people that are inspirations to like their work. And I know that going to cons is not an accessibility thing for some people. So I'm really thankful that you came out here and gave an interview today. It was so fun.
Yes.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Again,
Yeah, thank
I
you so
always
much.
appreciate. Yeah, I appreciate how passionate everybody is, and yeah, I'm happy to do something like this.
Awesome.
Yeah,
It was fun,
awesome.
Howard.
Yeah, thank you so much. Awesome, very cool. Is there a way? Is there like a round of applause button on Discord stage? Like, remember in elementary school where you had to like do it all?
They used to have like
Very
the little
cool.
emojis that like popped up, but I don't know if they do anymore.
Aw, that's okay. We're clapping. If you guys can hear my mic.
Sure.
There we go. We're sending them in the chats.
you.
Perfect. Yay. Very cool.
Yay.
Awesome. So do we just kind of like turn it off?
Yeah.
Never left the stage before.
Yeah, do we get like a screenshot? Like, hey.
Big screenshot.
Just play the palm trees.
Joe, can
play us
Jovi,
out.
Jovi take a screenshot?
I'll get y'all. All right. Let me set. I can do a delay. Hold on. Okay. Okay. 3-second delay. Right. 3, 2, 1. All right. Cool.
Yay. Amazing. Awesome. Well, thank you all in the audience too for tuning in. This was so much fun. And of course, Howard, amazing as always.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, season 2 praying. We're manifesting. It's coming, guys. It's coming. We
Yes.
just have to
Soon enough.
We just have to wait.
I need to go buy more candles. Everyone saw last time my candles exploded.
Oh no. Yeah. Yeah. Exploded. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, have an amazing night, guys. Thank
You
you so,
too.
so much again to
Yeah.
everyone.
Good night, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
All right.